Photoshop tutorials. This video, we will be using additional tools for editing, especially getting rid of imperfections in your images or unwanted dirt or areas in your images, such as like this picture we have here. There are pimples. So these pimples sometimes get on the way when we have our pictures taken. So the best way to remove them is to use two different tools in Photoshop depending on what you want to accomplish. So we have here, I'll introduce you to the spot healing, healing brush, patch tool, and the clone stamp tool. So these two tools will be available for editing areas on your images so that it will become the same with the surrounding area of your picture. So here, I'll start with the spot healing. So spot healing is very simple to use. All you have to do is set the size of your brush, okay, and then just click on the area you want to fix. Now here in the options, there's content aware, create texture, proximity match. So it will be up to you what you want to use, but the default would be content aware, which means that the brush will be aware of the surrounding areas that is affected by your clone no for your spot healing. So all I have to do is click and automatically it will be removed or changed to a content surrounding that area, fixing your blemishes in your images. But this one's not perfect, so it's okay. You can always adjust the circle. Okay, so here we go. So there. So you have that, and it's about fixed. Okay. Now the next one is the healing brush, which is very much similar to spot healing, but this one requires you to have what we call a source. Okay. So the source would mean it will get uh, pixel it will get pixels from that area, and then it will cover it or use it to cover the area you want to fix. Okay, so to get a source, all you have to do is press your alt key, hold it, and then click on your source area. Okay, so pixel information has been gathered from that area, and simply click on an area you want to fix. So it's very much similar to spot healing, but this one requires you a source. The third one is the patch tool, which is still the same with the spot healing and the healing brush, but this time you'll have to create a patch area and then drag that area somewhere so that it will be covered. And then you'll have to deselect using your select menu, and you have your patch tool. So all you have to do is create a selection or a lasso and then drag that selection to another spot, and you have that replaced area. So That's it. Okay. Um, you can do this depending on what is generally easier for you. Okay. So these three tools have the same output in common, but maybe you'll find one easier than the other, or you'll find these tools will have different uses depending on the situation of your image wherein you can use these tools. Okay. Now, the last tool that I'll be uh, using is the clone stamp. Now, the clone stamp, by the name of itself, clone means it will duplicate. So, the clone stamp will duplicate areas of your images, and then it will use that area and brush it to another area, creating the duplicate. So in clone stamp, you'll need to have a source area. So the same way with your healing brush. Okay. Now, the difference between the two is actually the patch tool would refine your colors such a way it will blend in the surrounding area, while the clone tool will simply copy the image and just brush it on another area, and it will not blend your colors. Okay, so here to generate a source, so the same, you hold your alt key and then you select an area as your source. So take for example, I'll duplicate the eye. So this will be my source, the center of the eye, not the center of the iris, but the eye itself. Okay, so I'll hold my alt key and click once. And once you have clicked, you can now release the alt key and move your mouse to an area where you want your clone will appear. So for example, I want to make it appear on this yellow area. All I have to do now is brush my clone and it will appear on this spot. So brush by clicking and dragging, and if you notice, there's a cross running along the eye. Now that cross is your indicator where the clone will be getting pixel information. So right here, it's now creating the clone of the eye. So I have now here another eye. Now the purpose of your clone is to, yes, this one, duplicate an area. Another one is to multiply uh, areas to cover up, excuse me, to cover up damaged parts or areas that you don't want in your image. So that's how your clone stamp tool works. So you can simply use this to generate or copy pixel information from one area and apply it to the other area. So that's it. So you can use these tools, the clone stamp and the spot healing, healing brush, and the patch tool to fix images which contain damage or minimal damage or areas where you want to recreate your clone or duplicate images. So you can use this also to create multiple instances of a single person in one image. So you can create that. And another one would be fix old photos so that it will look like new. That way, your images, okay, from old photos will become newer. Okay, so that's it, and thank you.